In fact, let's take some of those forward with Ruchit Jain, who's also joining us with his strategies today. Ruchit, good morning. Let me just start off with what you're expecting going forward in trade and how you're expecting things to shape up today.
Good morning, Ava. In fact, if we just observe this Nifty movement from last 6 trading sessions, we have seen Nifty moving in this range of 7,700 to 7,860. So now for next directional momentum picking up for short term, it's very crucial that Nifty gives a breakout of this range, either on the downside a breakdown from 7,700 levels or an upside breakout from 7,860. Probably if we just observe the positional charts, then we have seen a sharp fall from 8,330 levels to 7,700. So a minor pullback after this sharp fall is not ruled out. So if we take a 38.2% retracement of this fall, then it's coming around 7,950. So above 7,860, we can expect a bounce up to 7,950. But positionally, if we just observe the weekly charts, then we are not observing any signs of reversal happening over here. So it positionally we still continue to remain bearish in the markets. It's just a short-term bounce which could extend up to 79.50. But for short-term investors, it's not a trade to get into. Just for those who are trading for 2 or 3 trading sessions, can look to play in that bounce towards 79.50.
All right. Ruchit, I'm going to get to some of those stocks and news as well in a moment, but let me also run through some of your strategies particularly. You've got a couple of buy calls coming in on a Bharti and a Wipro. Just run us through the strategies there.
Yeah, so we just observe the charts of Bharti Airtel, then probably after this correction, the stock has shown some stability in last few trading sessions. And we think that a pullback up to 360 could be observed in near term. And in fact, a double bottom kind of pattern on daily charts has been observed recently. So it's a buy for a pullback move for target of 360, and stop loss could be kept below 325. The second stock I've given is a buy call in Wipro. We have seen a bullish spinning candle formation at lower levels in Wipro. We don't have much aggressive targets in Wipro on the higher side, as overall we are expecting this is just a pullback rally and not an resumption of the uptrend. Probably just for a pullback move, one can trade long in Wipro with stop loss below 542 and target of 575.
All right, so that's the view coming in from Ruchit on a couple of those majors. Ruchit, a couple of stocks that are also in news this morning. So Dr. Reddy's, for example, I just want to get your view on that. I mean, we've been tracking the developments there. How's it looking on the charts?
In the charts, the stock has given breakdown from its important support levels, and probably the lower top, lower bottom formation has now started. What we were observing a formation of higher top, higher bottom since last 3 to 4 years. Now, after this 3 to 4 years of uptrend, we have seen this lower top, lower bottom formation getting started on this stock. So we may see the stock going down further. So on any pullback rallies, those who are stuck, it would be an opportunity for them to exit if anyone is stuck on the long side. So it won't be recommended to go long in this stock. We have seen the stock, the volatility has also increased very much in the stock recently after coming into news. And the selling has also been with good volume. So probably one should not do any kind of bottom fishing in this. Any rise should be used as an opportunity to exit if anyone is stuck in the long positions.
Okay, let me also bring Amit Trivedi into the conversation. Amit, good morning. Thanks for coming in. Let's just start off with your take on levels as well and the kind of trajectory that you're tracking.
Yeah, good morning. So actually, last time we had met, I had said that 7,700 to 8,000 seems to be the range for now. I think I'll broadly go with that range as of now also. I broadly feel markets may kind of remain subdued till around December 16th because of the Fed thing. After that, dollar may kind of sell off a bit, and there could be marginal relief rally that you could see in India.
All right, so we might actually see a relief rally on the certainty coming in. And so, what would you advise ahead of that, Amit? Would you advise actually buying in at these levels or just staying on the sidelines?
I would advise selling calls as of now.
Okay.
Buying dollar, selling euro kind of a trade would make sense if you do currencies. Otherwise, if you are doing Nifty, then you can sell calls of Nifty at this point of time.
Okay.
Till 15th.
All right. So lots of specific pockets of the market that we're also eyeing closely ahead of that. Before I actually get to those, I want to just get what's top of your mind as well as we head into trade and in the near term.
See, near term, markets have been quite volatile in the last few days. So right now the walls are cooling off. Because we have moved quite a bit, there could be some move, at least 1 day move before expiry, like what we experienced 2 days back, a fall of 100 points and the rise of 100 points. So I would not venture out and trade anything at this point of time. I would let November to expire the way it is happening. If market does go up, like Bank Nifty does go to 17,500, I think one can sell 19,000 calls of Bank Nifty in the December series.
Okay, fine. So talking about banks as well, Amit, the RBI issuing norms for getting prior approval, for private banks share buy. We've had so much news in the banking pack, in fact, especially for the private banking set with the FDI proposals. Then, of course, further news as well on those norms as well. So from the private banking back, what's looking attractive to you?
See, I think from a valuation perspective, I think Axis looks decent. Although, banks are and in future only going to get more and more regulated, so ability to make supernormal profits will diminish from here on. Having said that, at 465, 470, you can buy an Axis Bank per se. Okay,
so lots of stocks continue to be news as well. Remember Canara Bank that we were mentioning earlier on, those fundraising plans are also in focus. Talking about fundraising as well, we've got plenty of action coming in. For instance, on a Hindalco is looking to raise about 2.5 billion via bonds. Let me go across to Ruchit on that. Ruchit, Hindalco recently, how has it been looking?
Well, overall, the metal space still continues to form this low top, low bottom formation, and even in Hindalco, we are not seeing any kind of reversal pattern getting formed over here. So probably the view overall still remain bearish over here. I think on the lower side, the recent close of 67, 68, the support comes over there. So it's quite possible maybe in next 1.5 months we may see those levels getting retested.
Okay, Ruchit, you've also got a strategy going on Wipro. Just run us through, what you're thinking there. Sorry, Yes Bank was the one that we were still waiting to hear from on you, because a bit of a sell call coming in on that one.
Yeah, so among the banking space, actually we see there's a mix sort of formations on all the banks. Among this, Yes Bank has shown some breakdown from its rising trendline support. The breakdown from a consolidation zone could lead to aggressive lower levels in near term. So for a target of 690, one can look to go short on rallies around 740 in this. Keep a stop loss of 769 on the short positions. And we are expecting this move to be very fast on the lower side up to 690, 700.
Okay, lots of consumption stocks in focus this morning, and we've been looking closely at some of the auto names. For example, Amit, on the back of the Pay Commission report, what are you anticipating? And even if you just go by recent data, the pickup that we've seen in festive season, the new launches, are you more positive on some of these auto names going forward?
See, I think if you broadly look at two-wheelers, I think there is some amount of margin expansion that we are witnessing.
Right.
Plus, so I think the downside for some of them is protected. For the four-wheelers, it's a very different kind of a story. So you have a Maruti which has done quite well. I think they may kind of stabilize at around 46, 4700. There could be some more upside in Tata Motors, but I would not like to buy it now. Maybe at around 380 is a good price to get into it. So in general, broad trenders, you can sell put options on a Hero Motor next month or Bajaj Auto for next month.
Okay. Ruchit, on your radar from the auto pack?
For a near-term perspective, we are not very bullish in this auto sector, because we are seeing that on every rally, we are seeing some sort of selling pressure coming in. Even in yesterday, if you observe the charts of the movement of Hero MotoCo, then although it rallied by 4 to 5% on intraday trades, but by closing again some sort of selling pressure or CLN at higher levels. So unless we see some sustainable move on the higher side from this, at least from two-wheeler packs, I think we won't be much bullish on this spec from near-term perspective. From stock-specific moves, Maruti continues to look positive, and apart from that, in two-wheelers, TVS Motors continues to look positive. But we are bearish from near-term perspective on Hero MotoCorp and Bajaj Auto.
Okay, just also to mention on Amtech, Vulture Investor SSG is looking to rescue JPM from the Amtech fiasco. In fact, they're going to step in to buy out Amtech Auto debentures, just waiting regulatory nod, and this will, of course, be at a bit of a discount in all likelihood. And they will also ask the management to provide additional security. But that's the latest coming in on the entire Amtech Auto debt issue that we have been tracking closely for you here on Bloomberg TV India. Let's also take a look at some of the other names that we're tracking closely today. On the Kelkar committee recommendations, infra back in focus as well, Amit, and we've been speaking to some of those infrastructure companies, talking about the kind of impact they see going forward. But broadly speaking, from whatever that you've actually been tracking of late, how are some of these companies looking at this point? Would you actually go in and invest, given that they are still struggling and are highly over-leveraged?
See, I think infra, you can break it into 2-3 components. So if you look at an L&T kind of a company, closer to 1200, there could be a reasonable investment idea for a 3-4 years kind of a thing. From a near term, I think nothing is changing for them. Volatility is there in their earnings and all, right? And then, so for immediate term, you can sell calls of L&T. Right. For ACC, you can buy at around 1300 kind of levels, because we think that cycle is going to change in the next 2-3 months.
Okay. Actually, cement seems to be one space that we're getting a lot of positive calls, and we'll bring up some house views for you also in a moment. Ruchit, are you bullish on anything from the cement pack?
From the cement packs, ACC is currently trading at a good support level. We have seen since last many months levels around 1300 provides a good support, and we see some not a big bounces, but at least 7-8% bounce from those levels. So till this stock is trading above 1300, one can trade with positive bias in this, and on the higher side we can expect target of 1380. Overall, the other among the other stocks, Ultratech Cement can be bought from a bit medium term perspective. 2650 is a good support for the stock, so one can keep stop loss somewhere around below 2640 and look for a bounce up to 2850.
Okay. Some news also coming in when it comes to the RAS gas contract. So positive cap for the H clients like Petnet LNG, GAIL, BPCL, IOC. So a whole bunch of those names that could see a benefit with a cost of gas seen reducing to spot rates as well. Gujarat Gas, IGL, for instance, some of the other names there that will also benefit on the latest development there on the back of those reduced prices for those RAS gas contract clients. Ruchit, when it comes to the oil and gas pack, we're looking at, for instance, GAIL, BPCL, IOC today on the impact of this. But even technically speaking on recent trends, how attractive are some of these names looking, particularly the OMCs?
Yeah, among this entire oil and gas pack, we have seen that OMCs have especially shown a good strength since past couple of years now. And what correction we are seeing from last 2 to 3 months is a time correction in the stock rather than price correction. So basically there are two types of correction. One is price correction and time correction. So time correction in the stock suggests that the long-term trend still continues to be bullish, and once this time correction overs, then the uptrend would be resumed. So I won't still bet longs on GAIL or ONGC at current levels, but these OMCs can continue to move higher from current zones. So any dips can be used as opportunity to buy, especially among these charts, among the stocks in this. BPCL is one of the stocks which looks quite positive even at current levels.
What's your take on the OMCs, Amit? Yeah, broadly I think I would agree with him. So I think a trade you can do is, we are still so we expect dollar to appreciate. Yeah. Because of that, oil prices to remain under pressure. So a trade could be long OMC, short ONGC kind of a trade. So long BPCL, short ONGC. You can run it in futures position maybe, and roll it for like 4-5 months. You should make a decent amount of returns.
All right, so those the OMCs have seen a good run up, in fact, and that's a call coming in from both our analysts today. Okay, let's also take a look. The state finance ministers will be meeting today to elect the new chairman of the Impart Committee. The state ministers are also likely to discuss the model goods and services tax law, as well as a report on the revenue neutral rate. Gaurang Sinha is joining us with more on that. Gaurang, what's on the agenda?